Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Spot. I'm your host, Ernesto, and today we got a special treat for you, alright? I got us an exclusive interview with the one and only Mr. AFlunky. Now, this interview wasn't easy to get because Mr. Flunky is very busy and he's got a lot of stuff to do. A-listers usually are, okay? We're going to get a grand tour of his house, and not only that, but we're also going to get a treat, sit down with him, ask him a couple of questions, pick his mind, and see what goes on inside the brain of Mr. Flunky and what exactly goes on, alright? Buckle your seatbelts, guys, and get ready for this ride.
Oh, it's you, Frank. Come on in. Come in through my white picket fence. Some people got, white picket fences. This is my white picket fence. This is our humble abode here. This is our space.
All right, everyone. So as promised, we have the one and only Mr. Flunky right here with us today, and he agreed to sit down with us and have a nice heart-to-heart talk, nice little interview. So let's get started. You ready, Mr. Flunky?
I am ready.
Great. All right. So the first question that we got from one of our viewers is, let's see. So you're a video producer, okay? We all know that you produce your videos. You have your web series, Mr. AFlunky and Max Sterling Show, as well as other series. So why don't you tell us? Can we expect any new videos, any new footage, any new programs coming from you?
Oh, totally. Because I'm actually working on a series about indie bands called AFlunky's Indie Life, and so that's going to mainly focus on the bands. But what's going to be really cool about that is I'm going to be in it too.
Oh, all right, cool, yeah, because most of your videos you're not in any other shot. You're usually just recording or checking out the bands that you record.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good that we finally have a host for the show.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
Great. All right. One more thing that we have from one of our viewers is, out of all the things that you could have pursued, you chose to pursue music, and we all know that you're a music producer. You write your own music, rap, and what prompted you to go towards music production and video production?
When I was in high school, I started getting into music and stuff like that, and what had happened was I was writing some music, and there was a shooting in our district, and so, of course, every school went all ass up in security, and somebody, I guess, looked through my bag, grabbed my songbook, looked through one of my songs, and reported it because they thought it was a possible threat.
A song. Just a song.
Yeah, it's just a song, and I wrote the song like a year before.
Right.
The funny thing about it, the other funny thing about it was, this was about 4 months before I was supposed to graduate.
Ah, you got kicked out of school.
And I got kicked out of school.
And I always wondered,
for writing a song. What was it? I believe the exact quote was for writing a song that contained threats to harm the school. That's what it was.
Wow. And so that's sort of what sparked your whole creativity.
Well, I got really rebellious after that, and so I started doing more music.
Oh, okay.
And I also was when I was in high school, I took drama. I was in Miss Stratton's class for 3 years.
Oh, okay.
I was in Miss Stratton, which was how I met. But while I was in her class, the dance teacher, her name's Miss Greenway, started dating this guy named Clint August. Mm-hmm. I think you know who he is.
No, I don't. Refresh my memory.
He's at the time he was the intern for the morning show on 91X.
Oh, right, yeah, Clint.
Yeah.
From Rock 105.3.
Yeah, and then he worked at Rock 105.3. Now he works at KGB, I believe.
Yeah.
He took me on a tour of the studio, and was really interested. But then when I got kicked out of school, I lost contact with him.
Yeah.
Until about 6 years later. So.
Oh, damn. No, yeah, I remember Clint. Big shout out to Clint, man. If you're watching this, give us a spot. I understand that you're working for Vinyl Rewind right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So how's that going? How's it feel working with them? How's it feel, getting your hands dirty?
It's nice that people like my stuff enough to want to invest in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's really a big ego booster.
Exactly. All right. And speaking of people wanting to invest in you, I saw your Earth Day video that you shot just not long ago, and you just recently uploaded it. I thought it was great, but one of the things that really caught my attention was that one of the people that was running a booth there they sort of noticed your talent, they noticed what you're capable of, and they offered you, you know, they said if you can work for them, right there on the spot. So how does it feel knowing that your talent is so easily recognizable?
I think it's just the way I present myself. I'm not afraid to put myself out there. A lot of people are really closed off and stuff like that, and I used to say I was antisocial, but then I'd go out and party.
Yeah, so. Exactly. I mean, that's one thing. That's one of the things that we noticed from your videos is that you're very open and you talk to people. You know, sort of like, you know, your buddies and you've known each other for a long time, which is actually one of the cool things that makes me want to watch your videos. It's so easy for, you know, just to sit down and talk to people, even complete strangers, and just say, hey, you know what, come over here, let me interview you. And, you know, people are just cool with that. I think you have that ability about you, which is what makes your videos so popular.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So you told me that you were filming in Los Angeles not too long ago.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. So can you give us a taste of what went down there, what happened, or, you know?
Oh well, I was filming for AFlunky's Indie Life. I was filming a band called Suicide Chords.
Okay.
They went to L.A. They hired this producer in L.A. to market their stuff better, and so we went over there, and you know, they had their meeting, and what was really interesting about it is how the song process is created, because you know, different people do it different ways. Because I do everything myself. I just write my music, I record my music, I mix my music, I release my music, and so everything's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
But in their case, their song starts off a certain way, and then over the years, I guess it changes. And they have, you know, so a song that might have been one way a while ago, all of a sudden, like, things are chopped, or things are added, or things are fixed up or tweaked. So it was really interesting to see them. Was that the? Anyways, it was really interesting to have that process, to actually experience that process.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about your music genre? You know, I mean, this music genre has been, you know, sort of critiqued by several people, and, you know, some people even say this is the kind of music that your mom warned you about. All right.
Who said that?
Yeah, you know, we have your videos up on YouTube, and, you know, we've actually had people listen to your music. I remember your Jingle Bells song that came out last year. That, you know, we showed the video to a couple of people, and they were like, "Oh wow, man, this is great," but it's still kind of like, you know, it's on the edge of dark and, you know, scary. You know, so what do you say to those people? Can you give us a little bit more in-depth detail as to what kind of genre you actually are?
You know, I don't really know my specific genre. I have two different types of music. There's the music that I do with Rick, who's Matt Sterling, and you know, which is the get drunk and just write a bunch of funny stuff. I really enjoy doing that kind of music because it's you know, nice, it's fun, and people can laugh at it and stuff like that. And then the other stuff I do, I don't really know exactly how to explain it, except it's goth rap, or not goth rap, like emo rap.
Emo.
Not goth. But yeah, what happens with that is, like, I like doing those two because it's kind of like a therapy for me. But you know, not everybody likes it, so which is fine. I understand. That's the stuff I kind of do for myself.
Right.
And the Jingle Bell song itself, I actually did. 3 years ago, I recorded it or something like that. And so I recorded it and I put it up, and everybody thought it was great. And at the dmusic.com, shout out to them. They thought it was great. And so I had this song sitting for about 2 years, and then last year I wanted to do a video, and so I dusted off that song, and I went ahead and used the other room which is now Ashley's room, and it took me about a day, a day to set up, to film, to edit, and then by, you know, early the next morning it was up on YouTube.
All right, nice. Oh yeah, and actually, didn't you got that video up on Rock 105.3, right? Didn't Missy play it for you?
No, she played it. She at first when I first gave it to her, she said she loved it. She played it on her not Road Radio. What is it called again?
Bro Radio.
Okay, yeah.
Or no, Loud and Local.
She played it on Loud and Local.
Yeah.
And then it was Christmas Eve or something like that. She does all Christmas song hour, and so she went ahead and played that too,
nice.
which was very it was a very big compliment. So
yeah, definitely.
Appreciated that. Thank you.
Yeah, big shout out to Missy. We love you. All right. So what about your catchphrase? And I always love it when you mess around with this. You go up to celebrities and you go up to people that you interview and you ask them, "Do you have beer money?" Where did that come from?
That came from Comic-Con. What had happened was we were at the Star Wars panel, and Seth Green was there, and when we were about to leave, somebody stole Rick's phone.
Okay.
And so we stayed after everybody left. We started staying around after everybody left to look for his phone. And while we're looking, I noticed that there's a crowd starting to grow on the corner over there. And what had happened was Seth Green, after just about everyone left, went out and started greeting people. And so I ended up ditching Rick to go like get some footage of him. And I realized I only had like 15 seconds worth of footage left. So I'm trying to think of something that I can do or something that I can say to him that would be funny. And of course, the Flunky Max Sterling shows are all about like getting beer money. And so I figured, why not just ask him for beer money, just as a funny joke, and let's hope he doesn't like kick me or something, get me kicked out or whatever,
exactly.
Get me arrested for panhandling. But I was actually surprised because it took me about 5 minutes to get his attention while we were all there because everybody was crowded around him, and so as soon as I got him, I took that footage real quick where he played along, and I was actually surprised that he was playing along, and it turned out great. Like in my opinion, like it turned out beautiful. It was just like I came back and I was, Rick, I'm sorry about your phone, but check this shit out, And he saw it. He was like, nice.
Nice.
So we ended up just doing it because it was funny and it played along, and I also enjoyed getting some of their reactions.
Yeah, and it's catchy. I mean, you've already asked that to most of the Family Guy crew. Seth Green, I understand that you interviewed him, or that you asked him that.
Seth MacFarlane, yeah.
Seth MacFarlane, exactly. So besides those two, what other celebrities have you gotten beer money from? Like, have you asked them, hey, do you have beer money? And have any of them ever responded with you and said, hey, yeah, I got some cash here. Well, get yourself some beer.
Yeah, Michael Papajohn. He's the guy who in the Spider-Man movies he shot Uncle Ben.
Oh, okay.
I never realized this until after I met him, but he's in a lot of movies. He's in a lot of movies. He got his ass kicked in Charlie's Angels. He was in Transformers. He was Megan Fox's dad.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's also in a lot of shows like CSI, stuff like that. And so I was surprised. This guy gets around.
Really?
So, but yeah. So I talked to him. I talked to him for a little bit while he was just sitting there because nobody was really paying attention to him. And I asked him, hey, could you do me a favor? Can you let me film you asking you for beer money? And he was like, sure, why not, right? So I asked him, and then he was like, you know what? Here you go. He tossed down $40. I was like,
nice.
and then he was like, here's the thing that scares me though. He asked me to bring some cold beer back to him.
Okay.
And I never did because I drank it all. And so I'm hoping that I'm hoping I never see him again.
I'm hoping he forgets.
Yeah.
He's gonna come bust your door and
yeah, he's
gonna
bust my
like,
door.
hey,
Because
I remember.